Welcome to Paper Crafters Library. In this video I'm going to show you how to create this very subtle Nature's Discovery greeting card. So let's get started. You're going to need a 6.5 by 7 inch piece of crumb cake cardstock, and I've gone ahead and scored it down the center at 3.5 inches. You're going to fold and crease along that score line, creating a 3.5 by 6.5 inch card base. I'm just creasing that with my bone folder to give my card base a nice crisp side fold line. Once you have this complete, you're going to set that aside, and you're now going to need a piece of vanilla cardstock that measures 3 inches by 6 inches. You're going to stamp your background image onto your cardstock using Early Espresso Classic ink. And my background image comes from the Tim Holtz Nature's Discoveries stamp set. So it's this beautiful floral image. I'm just going to ink up my image, and I'm going to stamp that in my bottom right hand corner of my cardstock. And once you have that stamped, you're going to remove the stamped image, and then you're going to clean your stamp because you will be stamping this in a lighter color now. So you can set aside your stamped image here for a moment, and you're now going to need a scrap piece of vanilla cardstock, and you're going to stamp the same image onto the vanilla cardstock using the Daffodil Delight Classic ink from Stampin' Up. So I'm just going to ink up my image, and I'm going to stamp this onto my scrap piece of cardstock. At this time, I'm also going to stamp a second image from the same stamp set, and it's these two beautiful butterflies. And I'm going to stamp that using the same Daffodil Delight Classic ink. And I'm just going to stamp that onto the other side of my scrap cardstock. I'm just going to allow that to set and dry for a few minutes, and then I'm going to actually cut out my butterflies. Before I cut those out though, I want to stamp my greeting. You're going to stamp your greeting, and I'm using a greeting found in Papertrey's Through the Trees stamp set, and I'm going to stamp that using Stampin' Up's Early Espresso Classic ink. So I'm just inking up my greeting, and I'm going to stamp my greeting just over top of my stamped floral image here. So I'm just going to pick a spot that I like, that I want to highlight, stamp that greeting there, and you have the soft flowers or floral pattern in the background with your greeting popping at you. So now you can take your paper snips, and you're going to cut out your butterfly images, leaving a slight border around each butterfly. But you're going to cut them out separately. You don't want them as one entity. So just go ahead and cut out each of your butterflies, leaving a slight vanilla border around each one. So now that you've cut out each of your butterflies, and like I said, I've left a border around each of my butterflies, you're now going to need a circle punch, and you're going to need a 1.5 inch circle punch. You're going to insert your greeting into your circle punch, and once you have that centered in the window of your circle punch, you're going to punch that out. You can set aside your greeting for a moment, and you're now going to need a 1 3/4 inch circle punch and a scrap piece of Java cardstock. I'm going to just go ahead and punch out my 1 3/4 inch circle and I'm going to center and stick my greeting to my punched out Java circle, matting that using some Stampin' Dimensional. So I'm just going to flip that over and apply a few Stampin' Dimensionals to the back of my greeting, and then I'm going to center and stick this onto my 1 3/4 inch punched out circle. At this time, you're going to need another piece of Java cardstock, and this piece measures 3 1/8 by 6 1/8. You're going to bring back your original stamped image. This is on your 3 by 6 inch vanilla piece, and you're going to center and stick your vanilla piece of cardstock to your Java cardstock, leaving equal borders on all 4 sides. You're then going to bring your card base back in, and you're going to center and stick this piece to your card using some Stampin' Dimensionals. Remove the backing, and then you're going to center and stick your image, your matted image here, to your card base, leaving equal borders on all 4 sides. So once you have that stuck to your card base, then we're just going to assemble our finishing touches for our spotlight highlight. So you're going to take your matted greeting, you're going to apply a few dimensionals to the back of your matted greeting, peel off the backing, and you're going to align your Daffodil Delight background stamp here with your piece that's stamped already on your card base from your Early Espresso Classic ink. You're going to stick that down, then you're going to take and stick your butterflies to the top of your card with some Stampin' Dimensionals as well, so that they're in flight on the top portion of your card. So I'm just going to stick them, and I am keeping it so that my wing slightly overhangs my matted cardstock. It just highlights the card a little bit more. Stick that final butterfly on, and there you have your finished Nature's Discovery greeting card. I hope you enjoyed stamping with me.